Hi everyone, my name is Courtney. I write under the pen names Lyra Parish and I'm one half of the USA Today best-selling duo Kennedy Fox. Today we are going to chat about how you can make more money self-publishing without writing more books. One of my big sayings, and Brooke can totally vouch for me, is don't leave money on the table. I was thinking the other day of all the different types of videos that I want to make, and there was one on my list that just stood out like shiny beacon, and so today that's what we are going to chat about. We're so lucky because we are in an industry where we can write one book and sell it 1,000,000 times, as opposed to a person who is creating one product and selling it to one person and having to create the same thing 1,000,000 times. This is one of the many reasons why I love publishing. You spend your time and money to create a great product, a book, a short story, a novella, a trilogy, a 12-book series. You spend all this time and money and effort to create an amazing product, and if you invest just a little bit more into that, you can make even more money. Disclaimer, I do believe that you need to stay consistent when you are self-publishing, that it's very easy to be left behind. The industry is always changing. If you're one of those authors who feels very comfortable releasing every 3 to 4 months and you are consistent with that type of schedule, I hope that these tips can help you. And these are things that we've actually used in our business that I know work, that have helped us reach that nearly 7-figure mark in a year. Let's go ahead and get started with this video. The first thing that I have on the list is foreign translations. This is one of the things that most self-published authors find extremely intimidating. I was one of those authors back in the beginning of our Kennedy Fox career where I didn't want to mess with foreign translations. I didn't want to mess with foreign publishers. It just seemed intense, like there was a lot of work that goes into that. And I'm not trying to downplay it. There is work that goes into it. But during 2021, I spent the entire year working with translators in different languages, although we only moved forward with one of those due to contracts that we have, but that's a story for another day. I can tell you that the fears that I had when I was a new author about self-publishing foreign translations is no longer there. There are ways where you can find amazing translators who do an incredible job, who won't necessarily break the bank. We know that English is one of our top selling languages for our books. Of course, that's the language that we speak, but English is not the only language. There are other countries out there, other languages that are killing it right now in the market. The top 3 are German, French, and Italian. We have moved into the Italian market. We are working with 2 incredible translators that took some time to find, but they always meet their deadlines and have just done a really great job translating our books. And our Italian readers are hungry for our words. And while we did have to spend money, the upfront cost of getting the translations, I truly believe that we will make that money back within a 6-month period, which is a good investment. Once you make back your expenses, you continue to profit for your lifetime and even beyond that. So it's a great thing to do. There is a book that I recently came across. I am in a group where people talk about self-publishing foreign translations. It breaks it down for you in a way that's very easy to understand, that makes it not so intimidating. Number 2, affiliate links. Oh my gosh, this is literally leaving money on the table. As authors, we spend a lot of our time on social media. We are sharing our books online, on our feeds, on TikTok, at the back of our books, and it's so easy to sign up for affiliate links to make an extra 5 to 10% on the stuff that you're selling. And it's your work, so that means you get to make more money. Google Play has an affiliate link that's super easy to sign up for. You get 7% on top of when you sell a book. There's also Amazon Associates, which is really great. Kobo and Barnes & Noble also have affiliate links. They're a little hard to get into. And then there's the Apple affiliate links, and that's free money. We make thousands of dollars per year just on our affiliates. And so if you have not done that yet, I would like to highly encourage you to go sign up, go get your little code, and start making that extra percentage when you are sharing your books online. Number 3, box sets and collections. Yes, I am talking about box sets. Yes, it is profitable. You guys know that I hate them. It's this ridiculous bias that I have about them, but we put our books in box sets for every single series because it's just another way for people to be able to buy your books. There is no reason for me to hate them because they have made us a lot of money. Collections of your books in ebook format are profitable. On Amazon, not so much, because if you charge over $9.99 for your ebook, they take a % cut of that. So you will notice that if you go on Apple, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, and Google Play, you can find an entire collection of full series of our books, and we charge between $20 and $30 for these, and that's where people can make one purchase and get all 4 to 6 books that we have. They do really well, and on all the other sites we make 70% profit. And once you finish a series and put them all together, readers love to buy them. Yes, we've sold many in ebook format, but we sell a lot in paperback and hardcover. And hold on one second, I will show you real quick. This is just one example of our series being in a collection format. This is a hardcover. It came from Ingram. I did an unboxing of this a few months back, I think, but this is 6 books. And I imagine when we start going to signings again, these are going to sell like hotcakes because people want to be able to read this series, but they may not be able to fly with 6 extra books in their bag. And so you can get it in one. The great thing about it is the formatting is not so small that you can't read it. It is a collection item, and you can charge a lot of money for a book like this in paperback, in hardcover, and in ebook. Kobo does a lot of sales with box sets, and they love for people to have them. They actually push them. One time we had a call with one of the reps there, and she was like, hey, your book's in box set. We do a buy one, get one 50% off sale all the time, and we would like to encourage you to put your box sets in there because they sell a lot of them on that platform. We just released a special collector's item thing on our website, and people want these. Put your books in collections. If you have a completed series, a good way to put more eyeballs on it is something like this. I cannot say enough good things about it. I think actually in 2021, 2022 time period, I might be on the side of box sets and collections, and it took a long time because I was so against those. It's just another revenue source for you on books that you've already written. Number 4, special edition covers. I know y'all are gonna be like, what? Same book, repurposed? Hold on, I'm gonna show you. So the cool thing about this is, if you notice on TikTok, people do not really like to read books that have a couple on it. They want to be able to take these books on vacation, to take them on a plane, to read them with their family, whatever the case is. And so we have this. This is a special edition cover. The insides of these books are exactly the same, and we sell a lot of these. Granted, these are only available in paperback and hardcover, but people love to buy these. They love to have them. They like to complete the set with this book cover and with this book cover. So it's just another way for you to make more money on the same exact book. Now, we do release these 2 covers together, and a lot of people, what they'll do is when they complete a series, they'll do special edition covers after the series is completely released, and this helps them put more eyeballs on it. This is the first time that we've done it with the actual release of the book, and that's because we were invited to be in a special collection box with alternate covers, and so we decided to keep it up for the entire series so those who did buy this one could continue on and collect all of them, and it's worked out really nicely for us. We also do alternate type covers on our collections. If you notice on the Circle B Ranch series, it's a 9-book series, and all of those covers have men on it, and for our collections, it's 3 books in one. They have women on the covers, and our readers really enjoy seeing the alternate covers, seeing different images on it. If they love the series, they don't even think twice to go ahead and get those alternate covers as well. Number 5, write in a series. Yes, write in a series. I have found that authors who write in a series format, although it may be standalones that are interconnected slightly, tend to make more money, because when you do sales on that first book, those who you have hooked will typically read through the entire series. Sure, your back matter may be updated, but they might not feel compelled to continue in a whole new world with whole new characters. I've found over my career that we make more money when we write in series that are interconnected. It doesn't have to be a trilogy. It doesn't have to be a 4-book or a 5-book or a 6-book series of the same couple. It can be different couples. And if you notice with our duet series, we do that. The first 2 books are one couple. The second 2 books are another. And then the last 2 books are another. They are typically roommates, sisters, friends, whatever. And so when you move to a new couple, the readers still see those characters that they've grown to love and adore. We've done some very loose-based series, like the Make Me series. It's not interconnected hardcore. There's typically just something at the end in the epilogue that kind of ties it together. And that series doesn't sell as well. We've changed the covers a gazillion times. And I believe the reason for that is because it's not hardcore interconnected. You look at our Bishop Brothers series, Keeping Him was the best-selling book in the Bishop Brothers. Why is that? Because it felt like throughout all the books, we were trying to figure out if these 2 characters were going to get together. It was sprinkled along 3 other books. In the Circle B Ranch series, it's a 9-book series. It sells really well. One of the books that we've got it for pre-order right now has the highest pre-orders that we've had in a very long time. It's because we've created a world that resonates with our readers. It feels like home to them. They love the comfort of reading those books. And while each book may be a different character in the family, you still get those sprinkles of those characters that you read 5 books ago. And they absolutely love that. It's considered a family saga, which actually came from the Bishop Brothers series that people absolutely love. I think that if you're one of those writers who just writes a bunch of short stories or a bunch of standalone novels, going forward, try to figure out how you can put your ideas in the same world. They may not be highly interconnected, but if you can put it in the same place, have a group of friends or something of that nature, people connect to that and they want to continue reading, especially if you're good at hooks. So it's a way for you to make more money but still write the books that you love and adore to write. Also, I will add that when you are writing in series, at the end, you need to find a way to hook people into moving to the next book. People are like, oh my gosh, now I need to know what happens to this person. It's a really great way to get read through throughout your entire series. Number 6, be on all platforms. Yes, I'm sorry. We got to talk about this. There are so many more opportunities being on wide platforms compared to being in Kindle Unlimited. The other day, I had this epiphany that being in KU is like being in an MLM. I'm not even kidding. You've got these people at the top who are always making the money. You've got these other authors who are like, come on, join the dark side. It's so great. Kindle Unlimited is awesome. You can make tons of money. Like, they're recruiting people, and it's just not for everyone. Sure, if you're making money in Kindle Unlimited, or if you're one of those authors who really doesn't know how to market or how to push your books or how to do different sales or to find new readers, then yes, Kindle Unlimited is going to be great for you. I typically say KU is great for newbies because typically newbies do not know how to market books. And if that's you, that's okay. Be in KU, put some more tools in your self-publishing toolbox, and then launch wide when you know that you can put the time and effort into finding new readers on those other platforms. There are some people who make more money in Kindle Unlimited. Typically, they have a pretty large following, or 2, they're putting a lot of money in AMS ads. When you are established, when you feel like you've got a pretty large backlist, going wide is the place to be. You can sell books that are priced $20 to $30 and still gain a 70% royalty rate. On a book that is $20, you are going to make $14 on that book. That is a lot of money. And also, there are other promotional opportunities on wide platforms, and you can get affiliate links on wide platforms. There's just a lot lot of readers out there, and Amazon isn't the end all be all, and I will preach that until the end of time. Like I said, KU is not for everyone. Once you have a backlist, being on all platforms is where it's at. It might take you a little bit of work to get started, but once you get settled, those stresses that you get from KU, it's just no longer there. It's not even a thing. Bank before rank 100%, and the opportunities are vast being on all platforms. Number 7, freebies. I know, Courtney, you want me to give away books to make more money? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's good to have a loss leader or a free series starter or a frequel, which I've stated in another video, and someone asked me what that meant. And what a frequel is it's essentially a novella that you write with the intention of it being free to lead people into your full paid series. When you have a 6, 10, 12, 15 book series, knowing that that first book is probably going to be free at some point to entice people to take a chance on that series and read it. It's really great when you can get book bubs on that, if you can do random newsletter and advertising builders on that free book. Because if you did your job as an author, you have hooked people in that first book and they want to continue knowing what happens. And at that point, that's when you build those super fans who will just go and just buy the entire series. Anytime we have a book bub, or when we're doing like a newsletter advertising blitz for some of our perma freebies, which is essentially a book that is free and will be free forever, we always see that read through. Right now, Taming Him has been free for, I don't know, over a year at this point, and we keep it free because if they read the Bishop Brothers, they're absolutely going to want the Circle B Ranch series because it is the second generation of the Bishop Brothers series. So if they get that one book for free, they could potentially buy 12 other books for $4.99. That is a large amount of money that we can make if they continue to read through. People love it. They are hooked on it. They know that they can read one book and be done. Like, the story is over, and they really enjoy that. Just giving away a free book, especially when you complete a series, is going to help you get new eyeballs on it and push people through it. So that one free book could potentially make you $15, $20, $30, even more if you have a longer series just like we do. Number 8. Have different entry points for your series. And what I mean by that is when you write in a long series with the same couple that's like 30 books long. Yes, I do know an author who has a series that is literally over 30 books. It makes it hard for people to want to jump in. They see those books linked on Amazon and it's like, wow, if I want to start this book, I'm probably gonna have to buy 40 other books. That's a lot. So for us, what we like to do is, I know that I spoke about this previously, but with our duet series, you can start at any point with the couples. Like, for example, with the Checkmate Duet series, you can start at This Is War, or This Is Reckless, or This Is Dangerous. So there's 3 entry points to that one series, and if they start at the end, typically they go back to the beginning to read what happened before they read about this one couple. With the Circle B Ranch series, they are interconnected standalones. We like people to read through it from the beginning, but if they see a book that's in a trope that they absolutely adore, then they can start right there. They will not miss that much. And we write them specifically for that point so we can push them, as you don't have to start at the beginning of this 9-book series. You can start right here. It's a standalone and can be read as a standalone. The same with our Bishop Brother books. Sure, you can start at any one of those books. We can do book bubs on any one of those books. Of course, you'll get the full impact of the characters if you start at the beginning, but it doesn't matter. With our Make Me series, you can start anywhere. All of our duets, you can start on that first, 3rd, or 5th book. And so we have a lot of different ways that we can push people into a series, hopefully hook them, and get them to read the rest of the books. And that, to me, has been one of our greatest strengths when writing. Same with our Love and Isolation series. With these books, they can start anywhere. Interconnected standalone. It will not hurt anybody if they start with this book or if they start with the book that's releasing in a couple weeks. Doesn't matter. And that gives us many opportunities to do book bubs. bubs. The only books that we really can't do book bubs on are the second books in our duets because you need to read the previous one. But all the rest of them, we could literally submit and it would be fine and it wouldn't hurt our series read through whatsoever. Number 9, have a shop on your website. I mentioned this in passing in one video. We've made $85,000 on our online shop. Like, what? And that's selling paperbacks, offering limited edition swag. We used to sell prints of our characters there. We used to do boxes there. Like, we've done a lot of stuff on our shop. And Brooke is really good about wanting to offer new products, to keep it fresh, to keep it new, and keep people always coming back to our shop. Now that we're no longer doing signings because of the panini, we have started offering signed paperbacks and hardcovers and collections on our website, and that has done really well, and we ship internationally too. And so I would just like to encourage you guys to have a shop. When I was writing under Lyra Parish, I used to keep a stock and people would go on my website and order signed paperbacks from me there too. And on a monthly basis, I made a couple $100 extra. And as a new author, that's pretty good for something that I found joy in doing. So you may only have 1 or 2 books, but that's okay because there will be people who will want your signature, who will want those paperbacks. You can always expand your shop. The more books you get, the more that you put on there, and it's not that difficult to set up. Like I mentioned in my Q&A last week, we use WooCommerce and WordPress self-hosted. All of our money goes through PayPal, and then we can just send that money to our bank account to deposit it, which is nice to have that extra amount of money come through every single month. There have been months where we've made more in our shop than we've made on Google Play. There have been months where we've made $10,000 on our shop. It's a very profitable thing to have, and I'd just like to encourage everyone to get a shop on your website. And last but not least, number 10 is audiobooks. As self-published authors, it can be intimidating, just like foreign translations, but we've been producing our audiobooks since the beginning. We did royalty share because we didn't really know better, and everyone was saying, hey, royalty share is great. We sold a lot of books that way. Then our agent started selling our audiobooks. It was really hard to see the profitability on selling those books, and so in 2020 we decided that we were going to take our audiobook production back and start producing them ourselves. And guys, I think we've sold 19,000 audiobooks. Like, that's a lot of money. Yes, there is a cost up front, but once you make back your expenses on that, that's books that will continue to bring in money for you. And you never know when an old book is going to go viral online. You just never know, and TikTok has proven that. Audiobooks are kind of expensive. They can range anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 depending on how long your book is, if you want dual narrators or different options like that, but we have found it to be worth it. We're in the green and we are making a profit on that now, and we've put that production cost into our release expenses. We know that every time we write and release a book, we're going to get an audiobook produced, and this is going to be the amount for that. I know that it can take a little bit to work up to that, but save your money to get those books produced. We are on ACX. We may eventually go to find a way so we can have our books on more platforms. I have friends who make tons of money doing that. It's just another revenue source to make more money with your books. I'm so happy that we went that route of doing it ourselves, and it has been a very good thing for us, and I can see how much money we have lost by not producing all of our books and selling the rights to some of them. So those are my 10 tips to make more money self-publishing. These are evergreen. I truly stand by these things. I've put my money where my mouth is, and I've tested these things, and I know that they work. If you're trying to think of ways to increase your profits to eventually get to that 6-figure mark or 7-figure mark, this is how you do that. You expand your reach by offering your readers more options, by going into different untapped markets that you haven't been in yet, and by looking at your books like they're a product and not just like your book baby that you just want everyone to read. This is a product. You have to package it. You have to expand its distribution, whether that be in a different language, a different cover, or an audio format. And with those tips, I think that you could see an increase in the amount of money that you make on a yearly basis. I know this video is kind of long. I apologize for that. I hope that it was helpful. If you have any questions or any comments, please make sure to leave them down below. And that's all I have. I hope you have an amazing, incredible week. You accomplish all your goals and you write all the words and make all the money. And I'll see you again in my next video.